Alpha Draft as you're going to go through the CSGO roster rundown. This time, we can't buy. We're going to have a slight technical pause, but we could still go through the roster rundown. A Method on CT side. Surprisingly enough, actually, because this is actually Team Coast's map. Oh, there, no, it's not surprising.
I'll just let you figure that one out yourself.
Yeah, there you go. I learned from my mistakes. So Strebber, Silent, Toy, Ely, and Justin for the CT side of Method. And for Team Coast, we got Invert, Stanislaw, Dumore, Drossel, and Drake.
Yep, and we did, of course, have Method take the first map on Dust 2, 16-13, a close game, but a W for Method nonetheless, so they'll try to go for the full win here. Coast looking for a tie if they can take this map. Also, like we said, folks, we do have another match going on about an hour from now, so maybe directly after this, depending on how quick this goes, with Luminosity taking on Complexity. So definitely don't go anywhere. We still have plenty of action for you tonight over here in the North American region of the Season 8 CEVO MLG Pro League, as Team Coast here pretty heavy on upper B at this point with the bomb carrier.
Yeah, but Toy doesn't actually hear them right now, so it's going to be up to Ely to go for that jump peek the way he's positioned right now, and they're going to go for that 5-man push. They actually don't have any flashes to work with, so they're just going to go for decoy throws. Okay.
Yeah, I guess they're faking it towards mid with those decoys. Now they're just going to rush upper B, but no one's moved.
Oh, but Invert gets the opening frag onto Ely just at the van inside B. Toy stays alive, I get right, but then finally taken on by Drake with that Glock. So the 1-minute advantage comes in, make that 2 as Invert pushed in towards that market to take down Justin. 1 versus 1 inside the market, but they both managed to come out with 100 HP. On the flank, it's going to be Strebber, but both of them fall simultaneously after that, courtesy of Coast, who gets a great pistol round to start.
Yeah, I mean, they straight up just rushed upper B. I mean, they threw a couple of nades from upper B over towards mid and A just to kind of make that slight bit of doubt on Method on what was going on there. And they were just able to win that initial duel against Ely over at Van, then override Toy as well. And to secure the round, only lost 1 member in the process. So a very dominant round there for Coast as they whoop up a couple of P90s and a couple of AKs. The Scout does come out from Toy, and the upgraded pistols and armor, per usual, is out in play as well. And Toy will be jump peeking upper B with the Scout, which is where a few of the members of Coast are at. In fact, all of them are here right now to start with.
Let's see. This time they do have flashes to work with, so Toy's going to be fully blinded. Huge nades coming through, and a third one. Touchdown! But Silent is holding that ninja spot, at least this time, unlike Ocean. He's not throwing a smoke on the floor. He gets the kill, gets a second one, drops the bomb carrier on top of that. And this is actually decent as the save round comes through. And they don't get a bomb plant here for Coast. So no $300 for the bomb planter, but a great eco round to actually damage the economy on the D side.
Yeah, really well done there from Method. Just playing that ninja spot inside the site really did help out there after going down with the initial players. So they have forced a lot of rebuying here, probably a little bit earlier than Coast was hoping for. But nonetheless, Method didn't really work out that round to get a win. So they're pretty much on a full stay. They invest a little bit of money, $300 each for Silent and Ely to get some P250s. And this should be an easy round for Coast, but it is an A stack with 4 players, and that is where Coast is leaning towards right now. So maybe something to work out here for Method.
Well, at least this time they don't have 5-7s to face up against. But again, they got P250s, though, and they come into fruition from Ely as he drops 2, and now finally they clear it out. Toy's still under the balcony, though, and another one at Sandwich, and just like that, it's a 1 versus 1. What a save, again, by Method. Dumore gets the last kill to make it 3-0 for Coast, but at the same time, look at the economy now for this round. It's even.
Yeah, I mean, Coast just full commits to an A hit very early in the round. This, kind of weird they wouldn't play a bit more cautious. You got to worry about stacks in rounds like that, and they ran straight into one and almost cost them the round, but they still do come out ahead. But their money's been so limited. Look at these guys, bought down to $0, $150, 100. So as soon as Method wins a round, they'll force Coast directly onto a save rather than Coast having that buffer for another buy. So that's actually huge if Method can actually convert this round, as we are seeing Coast again setting up really heavy for an A hit. 3 people Palace. It's going to be another really fast A coming out of Coast.
There's a smoke for jungle. First there is Strebber, though, still gets the first kill and a second one on top of the ticket booth because they actually did smoke out CT spawn. Yep. They finally do so, but Silent is still inside Sandwich. Invert gets a flash kill with the AWP. Now it's a 2 versus 1. The bomb is down on the top of Firebox. He's going to pick it up at least. Made a little bit of noise, so they know he's inside the site. 1's inside the CT spawn. It's going to be Ely, 1 at the connector. And Invert's going to try to go for the quick scope.
Ely spotted him, though. He jump spotted him. He knows he's pushing. He's going to throw out the flashes here. Invert's so blind right now, and Ely
should have walked down. What?
Doesn't peek out. But Invert has to know he saw those flashes, right?
No,
apparently not. All right, well, I mean, here's the thing. They put 3 inside Palace, Vansilli, so that means you can only have 2 smokes on the A site. You can't really throw smokes from Palace. I mean, you can bank some of them off the wall into the site itself, but they threw just a smoke top stairs and jungle, which means they actually wanted to actively fight CT spawn, apparently, since they didn't dedicate a 3rd guy A-ramp to smoke that off. But, I mean, they didn't win that fight. I can't remember who it was. I thought the ticket booth got 2 initial frags from that spot. And that was a really, really massive point in the round for Coast to concede that. And now, since they lost so much money in those first few rounds, they are forced to immediately save. So this gives Method a chance to close the gap on the scoreboard here early on.
Well, it's going to be some sort of pistol buy, actually, for Coast. They have a Scout, no armor, Deagle, and Tech 9. So how is this going to work? Because it's going to shred through with Justin on top of the balcony. Here's the smoke to start things off. Here comes the run through. 1 headshot. Oh, almost the easy kill, but at least Trevor is there to assist on the top of the ticket booth. So that was the guy that was playing there before that actually got those 2 kills that you're trying to figure out there, Dust. Yeah, and then Silent, that jungle, gets the kills.
I'm not sure what the point of Stanislaw being lurking with the Scout by himself at Upper B this whole time was. I mean, there's nothing he could really do from there.
There's nothing he can really do now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he might as well just be a part of the round. I mean, he gets he'll get 1, but I mean, that's about all he can hope for. I guess he was hoping they were going to somehow be able to plant for Cat and he was going to be able to do something. I mean, I don't know, but it seemed ill-informed. And I mean, of course, they were pretty much saving for the most part, so it was always going to be Method's rounds probably, but it was kind of odd on his positioning.
Oh, you know what? He can do more than that. With 1 HP, he could tag it up as well. Gets the headshot onto Streber. And also saying that, why are you guys peeking? The bomb's already down. Like, we're wasting economy right now. So, now Stanislaw is coming back towards this connector side. 10 seconds left on the clock. And he's actually going to try to go for it. Yeah. Nope.
Oh, okay. He actually had a chance to plant there. If he could have got behind the triple box, he actually would have got a bomb plant out of that. That would have been pretty nuts given the situation. But doesn't get it. Method secure a 2nd round. But, I mean, it's a costly one to be in fact. I mean, they do have to do a good bit of rebuying here. Meantime, Coast are going to be able to get a buyout, but it's not the best one. I mean, Invert's on a Scout. You got a couple of Galils, so they're really forcing the issue here to be able to get anything going as Invert will be looking to line up a smoke. I don't know if that's to block Cat or to smoke off a window. We'll have to see. It is going to be a Cat smoke. He didn't jump or anything like that, so that will land somewhere on the catwalk. And they'll use that to try to stop that window operator from being able to spot them as they start to creep up the catwall.
Yeah, sloppy round the last round before, but it worked. But it's going to be a full gun round this time with a scramble, though, this time for Streber for the amount with the guns that he was able to purchase or whatnot. Now Silence inside the window misses the op shot, but at least Toy is boosted on the top of the double box that catwalk is able to take down Drake with the AK-47. So this is a good start to hold out this aggressive push that they were trying to do towards mid.
And Toy does it actually a lot. We saw him do that several times against Follow Esports yesterday on this map, so be on the lookout for that. It allows him to look over smokes and spot people easier that are trying to creep onto the connector, and he gets the kill and backs off, not getting too greedy. Really well done. We are going to see some type of B split, I suppose. The bomb is over towards Upper B. They're trying to boost into window. We'll see if they can get in there and do something. Toy's onto it, though. He knows what's up. He even spotted the guy come in.
He whiffed the shots, though, and he's up against Stanislaw, so it's still, you can't scratch that out. Stanislaw could easily win this one. Now they're going to try to take over the B bomb site, and Invert misses the quickscope, dropping down as he picks up the bomb. And the funny thing is, he did that on his own with no support. And then there you go, Justin finally wins that fight against Stanislaw after the smoke dissipated. And now it's a 4 versus 1 in Farrah Method with the bomb down. And this time they're playing a little bit more smart and not trying to peek through, just watching this bomb. So the round's going to come in favor of Method. They're going to tie things up with 3 rounds in a row for both teams now.
Yes, I mean, they did lose the pistol and kind of fell into that, 3-0 pattern there at the beginning of the half. But ever since they've been able to buy, they've been on top of things, winning 2 straight-up rifle rounds, and of course, Coast being on an eco on one of them. But still, nonetheless, Method putting together a pretty solid CT side here so far, Mirage, which is good. I mean, that's what you need to have. This is a map with a pretty decent CT bias, so you need to be trying to get, up near the double digits on the CT side to have a really good half. And, Method are on pace to do that thus far, as it'll be another round where Coast doesn't have a whole lot to work with.
They do get a nice spawn here for Sign to get the quick spot towards middle, and great position to start things off. But a flash comes through and he still manages, or smoke comes through, he still manages to get the first kill through the smoke. He went for massive grenades inside window as well. But Silent was way positioned long before that and already made his way towards left side window. So none of those nades are actually going to hurt him a lot. They fall back towards the palace side and they're going to try to go for A. But nobody's rotated.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's still in place here, and Strebber just going to line them up pretty easily here from the Taka booth again. And, Top a ticket. We're done. That's another round here for Method, and they're now going to be up 4-3, winning the last 4 in a row. But money is going to be back on Coast side here. They're going to be able to get together a full buy. And here's where I want to see what they're actually going to do. So far, all I've really seen is, the really heavy A hit on their gun round, or they've been trying to work some type of mid control. They haven't really had the utility to, when they've done it, to really run it the way they want to, I think. So I'm curious to see if they'll head back to mid control now that they have the utility that they want, or no, it looks like they're just going to set up for some type of heavy A hit.
I kind of want to know why, too, that Dumor went for a full buy before.
Okay, hold the phone. This mid push is big. It's a quick flank, or everyone's going to be able to come connector pretty quick to retake here. Either way, yeah, one will flank.
Yeah, they're going back up towards the connector, so everybody's still holding up towards this A ramp. They're just waiting for all the flashes to be thrown first, and then we're going to have some battles through smokes. And here's going to be Ely spamming it across first, and the first casualty is going to be Drake. Then trade it back. Then again. And now they're still holding this A bomb, so with the bomb down towards triple box. The flank comes through by Toy. It's a 3 versus 1, and Toy with a huge flank takes down Drossel as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 big things there. One, their smoke in the center of the site didn't land right. There was a huge gap in that smoke that CTs were able to look through and catch people still coming up A ramp and win some key fights there. And then just because of that huge aggression from Method, that mid, they had the quick rotation at connector to already be there. The retake plus, as you noted, Toy having that really big flank catches 2 frags as well. So they pretty much just had the perfect setup, as well as Coast missing a key smoke. Just kind of led to their demise there. Now they'll be forced just to pistol up again. They're all heading towards upper B again. Ely going to be jump spotting it, and Toyo's going to be over here at the catwalk for support. Nades are coming into B. That nade coming in, though, it does a lot of damage, actually. Holy cow.
He lines him up so far. That's Ely, but he's only able to take 1. But at least Toy's at the bench as well. Drops 2 of his own. 1 minute inside the site. 1's at upper B. Those are the last 2 remaining, who gets then taken down by Silent on the rotation.
And so really well done there from Method just to hold off that upper B push. I mean, Ely getting a lot of nade damage in to start with, and then he and Toy combined to pretty much clean that up. Now they're up 6-3, and the op is going to be an invert's hands for the first time here for Coast. So I'm curious if they'll be a little bit more, I guess, deciding to do something over towards mid control at this point, since they do have the op to kind of contest with. Invert will, I believe he threw a smoke from T-spawn the blockout window. And they will begin to start working themselves up mid. Now the op from Silence actually in Alice, and Toy is watching with a rifle inside window. So Justin's also gotten aggressive in underpass, and he's starting to push up now.
But decides to move up towards connector instead. He could have maybe caught 1 or 2, but also could have ran into 3 guys spraying him with AK-7. So smart move for him to go towards connector now.
Yeah,
so Drossel.
And Drossel gets inside ladder, and they could fall back into a late A hit where Drossel's able to do so much to cut off rotations. Or they could still maybe work towards B. I mean, the bomb is down outside upper B, but from this position, I see a lot of teams go to a late A hit.
Yeah, this is all smoke work that gave a chance for Coast to be so dissipated and actually get a lot of information and control of this map. 1 in the window, 1 ladder room, 1 upper B. At the same time, though, Ely is also pushed up. He could win this fight against Dumor right now, but Dumor's playing it so safe. There's that pop flash. He's going to run away, but he's still blinded himself, and he still manages to get the kill. And now it should be Team Coast. Yeah, and Team Coast's round to win.
Yeah, I mean, Drossel's going to be able to cut off so many rotations from this ladder, and they actually kind of bypass him, but he can still flank late up connector. Meanwhile, Drake pushes in the jungle and finds a frag. That makes things even easier. And I mean, man, Method are just getting killed left and right here. Really well done here from Coast to just win some key fights all across the map, really. Never even had to do anything tactically. They were just hitting shots, man. So there you have it. Coast wins a pretty decisive round there. Didn't lose a single member in that.
Yeah, and as they kept dropping 1 by 1, it just made it harder for the CTs to actually know which angle they were looking at, because they actually waited so long before they pushed out of A ramp, and Silent was just waiting on top of the booth. What'd you call it before? Tika booth? And he was actually looking back towards jungle, back towards A ramp, back at jungle. He's like, when are these guys gonna come out? And as soon as he commits to looking towards jungle, they come out, and the worst timing comes through, and the upper hand goes for Team Coast.
Yeah, now Coast has that bomb outside A again. They do have a couple of guys over here at upper B to throw smokes. Could just drop down underpass and still do some type of A pinch. I'd assume Invert is looking for any type of mid aggression, which Toy is in fact doing just that. We'll get in a little bit of a skirmish there with Invert, but nothing happens right now. They're faking over towards the upper B hit. The smokes have come in. They're running in. They're pulling people off, but Schreiber and Justin, they're holding firm at the A bomb site for now, just because Drawsoul and the pressure has let off a B already. So they know what's up here. This fake has not worked out. Coast will just have to rely on winning duels.
Let's see what happens here. It's a 4-on-3. Justin holding back towards this default bomb site. Now they're just getting picked off with the bomb remaining at the A ramp. So great holes by aggressive pushes up at mid as well. So Invert with this AWP, he's going to try to creep up. Knows that one's inside the site, and that is going to be up head-to-head against Justin. But Toy's moving up at connector to support very soon. Molly's at the palace, so they could just focus on the A ramp. So that's why Justin's going to peek out. I think he spotted in there. So this is going to be it for Invert.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't want to make the noise and unscoping, so he just holds his scope up and tries to make a play, but not going to happen. And really, that was just Coast not able to put enough pressure on that B side of the map to really force a rotate to make any type of fake really stand. Then they just had to rely on the duels at A, and they just didn't win those. Method able to win a round right back. So money reset from Coast. They will force up what they can, which is still pretty decent. The only person really lacking here is going to be Invert with the scout, but it's still full utility, head armor, and AK for everyone else. So still a pretty healthy situation for Coast, at least for this round. As Silent will change things up. Now he's connector with the so he's been all over the place with this thing, and he misses the shot, though.
Misses a second one, and also his teammate falls down inside the B bomb site from the hands of Dumore. So they are trying to creep back and take control of this mid to B, and they're actually going to go from catwalk. So they smoked out the connector to give him a chance to move through. Silence in the back, though. He does have the AWP, and he's playing the better position inside B, so he's going to have to get at least one or two, and can he get it done right now? And he... Actually, it's Toy, sorry, inside that site, and it's not going to work. So they're going to get this, plant.
Yeah, so that was big. I mean, Silent missing some shots at mid. Dumore catching a big kill over at upper B onto Justin. And now Coast are just collapsing on the map at this point, and they will secure the round. Silent just trying to hold on to this op. He will take out Drake. He'll be back off, and he should hold on to this, but never mind. Stanislaw quick to pick him up. And so now it's just Ely trying to hold on to an M4 here outside upper B. And now these guys are just going back and forth at this point. No one can get more than one round now. And over the last 4 rounds, it's just been one apiece. And, I mean, it's doing so much to both these teams' economies. Both guys are really stretched thin. There is enough money for Method, as they did have that big 6-round winning streak before this scrappiness kind of started. So they will still be able to buy up here. But, I mean, Coast are doing a pretty decent job here on T-side to already have 5 rounds at this point.
Yeah, it's their map choice, right? And there was a little bit of miscommunication there as well. Toy, after he dies, where's the call? So there wasn't really anything going on to actually let him know where the enemies were coming from. But you know what? At the same time, whether the calls came or not, they streamed out from upper B and from catwalk at the same time. But such an aggressive push up towards middle. But Strebber was blind at the same time. It could have been so big for them to start things off. And now it's going to be Strebber that's going to repeat. But the trade comes across. Silent gets the op shot, trying to go for a second one. Does not connect. Drake gets the upper hand, but Ailey is still holding down that connector and evens it up on a 3 versus 3. And Drossel was still trying to fight it to start things off, or should I say Stanislaw. But now we will just recuperate for a bit.
Yeah, I mean, Coast is setting up here for some smokes over at the A-bomb site. They already have a player in Palace as well, so it seems like they are eventually going to hit into this A-bomb site, but this is where 2 of Method's defenders are in place. They do have one at B that's going to be Toy, but Justin and Ely are in pretty good position here at A, as Stanislaw will line up one of the smokes here for Stairs or Jungle, but it's not going to really cut off anybody. Both players are inside the site, so they're just going to have to see if they can win these battles against Justin and Ely.
Ely's still holding it down at trip box though, 1, 2, and 3, and he's holding it strong. 4K.
Yeah, really well done. Just a good pot flash got thrown from underneath the balcony there to blind those people coming up of A ramp, and just gave him some free frags at that point. So just well done from Method. That initial mid aggression didn't really work out the way they wanted to, but they were still able to hold the A bomb site there in that 2 versus 3 on the side of the map. So good job there from Method. Still unable to force Coast into a save just yet. But if they could win this round, then Coast wouldn't really have anything to work with in the last round to have. So, see what they can do.
They're smoking out for Cat again. Sign's going to be blocked out for a bit, but I think he's going to go for... Yeah, he's just waiting for a catwalk run-through, but I don't think this is going to happen. They've taken control of the back of the brown boxes. They're going to smoke him out at the same time. He's going to get slightly tagged, but They're overtaking this middle area for Team Coast with Dumore, making his way from underpass as well. And actually, it's a quicker round than it was last time. And this could be a round for them because they put another one inside the ladder room.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that Fnatic made famous with Olaf Meister, kind of getting ladder room control and into a late A hit. And that's exactly what Team Coast wants to do here, as they do have plenty of players to come up connector, but you're also unable to cut off the rotate. Toy finds the frag instead, and Streber has also found a pick over on the A side. So this is beginning to fall apart as they're losing the gun battles here. They still do have Drake in the connector. Justin going to chase after it, though, and finds it. Wow.
So now we still have one lurking around towards connector. That's going to be Dumore. They're stuck in a 5-on-2 with the bomb inside Palace, so it's not going to be easy for them right now as they're so spread out. No nades to work with either, so it's going to have to be body peeks and hope to count for the aim. Invert does do so by running out from the balcony and drops 2 and clears out the A site. And they can't believe it right now for the CT side. And
oh, man.
Yeah, the struggle there for that plant. Should have just planted default, but now Invert gives away his position just at the sandwich area. He's going to get taken down quite easily. Then it come through for the defuse, and it's now going to be 8-6 in favor, or should I say 9-5 in favor of Method. Can you actually hear it this time, Does? Do you hear it this time?
Yeah, I do.
There
hear
you
the sirens, man. They're coming to get you, dude. They're coming to get you.
Bad boys. What you gonna do?
You need the run? I don't need to cast alone while you try to get out of there?
I'm safe, bro. I'm on the 27th floor. If a fire comes up, it's got to make all 27 floors before I burn to death. So it at least gives me enough time to finish this map.
Okay, cool. Perfect. So just good hold there from Method. You saw Team Coast get some solid mid control, get in the ladder room, start getting the beginnings of a good round, but then Toy coming up, Cat getting a couple of kills. That was massive. It kind of just destroyed the positioning that they had gained themselves just from losing the fights. And now it's the last round of the half, and as we noted, Team Coast doesn't really have a whole lot of money to work with after losing that last round just on the upgraded pistols and 1 AK. We'll see if they can make it work as they are gearing up for a huge A split, which will be coming here in the next few seconds.
Streber is actually towards the default bomb spot. He's going to molly or incendiary grenade towards that A ramp, but he gets shot down by Drake. Now Toy's playing towards jungle side, and Stanislaw comes in with a Tech-9. It's just too strong. Now the bomb is planted 4-on-2, and Stanislaw getting another one to add a 3 to his name for this round.
So I mean, Coast couldn't get it done on gun rounds with mid control. I mean, every time they tried to come up connector and make something happen, Toy was pretty good at Cat being able to cut them off, or the mid window player, whether that was Silent or someone else, was usually able to hold that pretty well. But now it's a Tech-9 round. Stanislaw just has his way with connector. I mean, catching all kinds of kills with this Tech-9 there up the connector. So really big play from him. And again, like I keep saying this time and time again, Stanislaw has been just top fragging for this team left and right. He's at 17 frags right now, almost double the second place fragger on this team. I mean, he had another massive half, and he's just been such a big player for this Coast team.
And also, we've seen this difference a little bit before. One team actually having to support the bottom fragger a little bit more than usual. Now, the question is, for me, is Drossel actually the caller for this team, or is it Dumore?
I think it is Drossel, or was Drossel, but apparently when they picked up Stanislaw, the plan was always to kind of transition him into more of an in-game leader, since that is what he did with Tempo Storm, as well as Mobility back in the day. So most of Stan's teams, he has been the IGL, and I think they were slowly kind of transitioning to that. I think when he first came on the team, it was still Drossel, because I mean, he was new to the team. He was still trying to find his footing on the team. But I think that is the plan, is to eventually move him into an IGL role if they haven't already done so. And he's still fragging out of his mind, though, if he is in fact the IGL. He's just been much more aggressive lately, too. Like I said, he used to be kind of a support player, a passive rifler. Now you see him take many of the initial engagements, and he's been quite successful at it.
Now we're going to see Drossel is going to be able to step it up a little bit more on CT side as well. He has to rely a little bit less on entry frags or any support play. Now he could just rely on sheer aim, as they actually have 3 guys up towards that window side, and they're going to rotate back towards jungle and CT spawn as 5 men are pushing through.
Oh my goodness, somehow that smoke bounced onto the inside of the box, leaving a big enough gap for Invert to just wreak havoc. Oh my god, but they do get the kills at least, but they're still so stuck right now.
Mind the gap. Now
what are the chances that the smoke would bounce on that little thing on the edge of the box and give you, like, just such a small gap to peek through? That is incredible.
Yeah, Method's going to have to watch back towards that POV. They got frustrated to the fact that it got held off, and they said maybe we shouldn't have done that. But again, just as you mentioned, it's not something that they were able to spot, so they'll just know for next time.
I've never seen a smoke land there before. That was incredible. It's just like on the lip right below the box and just ruined everything. That's so crazy how one smoke ruins a whole round.
Smokes ruin every round in CSGO. Just too thick.
That's what she said.
That doesn't ruin anything. Actually, maybe it could. Anyways, back with the action. They're going to get ready to head back towards this B bomb site for Method on this eco round. So it's going to be a pistol buy with full armor and CZ Tech 9. Stumor is at the top, though, unloading all of his bullets of his P90 and with support from Drake. Yeah. And they're just going to take him down. Justin, last man standing, flawless victory for the counter-terrorist team.
And so just cleaning up an eco round, an upper B rush that doesn't get anywhere. As Coast are now just one round away from tying this thing up at 9-all, and they should have a pretty good chance to do so, as Method won't really have anything vested into this round. Just maybe a couple of upgraded pistols, a few flashes, but other than that, that's all they're going to have. And it looks like they are just going to be staging up for just a quick A hit. I mean, they don't have much utility, so you might as well just try to rush out and make something happen, and that's exactly what they're going to do as they send 3 into Palace and 2 at A ramp, and as soon as they get in position, they're just going to try to explode and see what they can do.
Yeah, one guy with about 50 bullets at the P90.
no.
This time is Stanislaw with 64 bullets at the point.
What?
And he stays alive! He takes
Are you-
down 2! Oh my god! And now Ely's the last man standing that just can't... They don't know what happened there.
Oh my god.
I don't even know what happened there.
Stanislaw literally pulls out a grenade at the worst time. In fact, that's something I would always stress is if you're playing a position on an eco round that's likely to get rushed, just don't pull out your grenade. It's a terrible idea. He pulls it out. Somehow he still remains alive and grabs 2 kills. That's just incredible. And now we'll actually see him pick up the op. I guess he had the better spawn for window room, so he'll actually purchase the op instead of usually it being invert, and he'll try to see if he can find something. Meanwhile, they will push 2 up with rifles aggressively on the ramp. 3, actually.
Lesson learned, boys, from Dust. Never pull out. Justin
Exactly.
now is going to see the 3 of them actually push up, and it's going to be FAMAS's and P90s actually pushing up. They actually had 4 guys support from middle. Nobody's playing actually the A side except for 1, which is Stanislaw, and he actually manages to get the op kill onto Silent. They're still going to try to take over this A site right now, though, for Method, and they do with a nice wall of smokes to be able to take this site and plant it. As meanwhile, Toy pushed aggressively up towards that staircase and got that kill to even it up on a 4v4, and they get to plant at default spot. So it's actually not planted for the guys retreating back towards. Actually, it is planted for them at the 8 ramp.
Right, so I mean, Coast dedicated so much to mid there, so they weren't really in position at A. Now they just have to play to retake from the connector, but Method so far holding it off quite well. They have a man advantage here, and they continue to retain that as it's now just Dumore and Drossel trying to retake here in 2v3. Everyone over towards A ramp that's left, and now Dumore will go for the defuse. He just needs to get the cover from Drossel, but doesn't get it. But he still gets the kills, and he'll still get the defuse. Oh my god. What a round.
I'm going to go get some air. I'll be right back.
You need to, man. I need to. Method probably needs to. I'm sure their heads are boiling right now after losing that round.
Well, so
I
far,
think,
they've always talked about like all these stupid mistakes that they're making, and it's true. It's that smoke. It's the way they're peeking. It's the way that they got taken out by Drake on Dust 2 with the lineups. It's just nothing's working in their favor so far.
I know it didn't matter for that round, but they screwed up the CT spawn smoke again. I hope they saw it that time, because, I mean, they didn't really take a lot of pressure, so someone should have noticed, wow, that CT spawn smoke is off. It's bad. We need to fix that for next round. So hopefully they will in the future land that if they are going to go A side again at some point, which I'm sure they will. There's a lot of rounds left to be played. As right now they are looking for, oh, poor Dumore getting a free ball cut.
Oh, getting a little bit of a dust moret there, and Drake, though, holding towards his B site, getting 2 of his own. And now they're going to try to trade it out finally to do so, but he damages Ely actually by a lot. Invert is still inside the site, waiting for the back to peek out, but instead he gets the headshot onto Strebber.
Oh, that nade.
That nade is going to kill him.
Poor guy.
Now at least Toy gets 2 of his own, but he's at 20 HP. Drossel waiting in market and just gets the frag, and it's now 11-9 in favor of Team Coast. Yeah, my dog cannot believe it either.
Does he want to cast? He can take it around.
Let's see what happens. Yeah, that means they're actually going to go for this buy. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's dropping some sick analysis. I think I'm out of a job. I mean, we should pick him up. He's a great color caster.
Huh. Don't say that. It might come true.
As Method had some nice shots there to get into the B-bomb site, but just couldn't win it. Came down real close, but they did lose. They're still able to buy here. They're trying to come up a cat quickly. Drake, though, aggressing onto the catwalk. Will find one, finds a second, looking for a third, gets that one too, and Drake has single-handedly, off of the cat aggression, destroyed this mid-control.
This is crazy. All these B pushes are just not working anymore against Team Coast. They got to change a little bit more. I think taking this mid-control might give them a better chance. But just the all-out B push, I mean, because it's smoked out every single time. They're playing obvious spots for Team Coast, but at the same time, they're just getting the better firepower and the better aim in terms of winning these fights. 1 versus 1, 2 versus 1, even 3 versus 1 with the upper B pushes.
Yeah, I mean, everyone agrees that your dog is the best caster. Apparently, he said that Method was throwing. That's it's a little bit rough. Can't be throwing those jokes around in NA. Too serious around here. As now it's going to be Method onto just pistols. So, I mean, Coast has a great chance to extend the lead as Method just got absolutely crushed just by Drake. Drake, I mean, he was making some big plays on Dust too as well. He makes one there with the quad kill. And now Method will just try to get into A, trying to see if they can just storm the front.
Oh,
but they're getting shut down.
Yeah, now they got Tech-9s moving through. It's only a 3 versus 2. Could still come in and get a bomb plant, maybe. They're close to the bomb. It's Molly's at the front of the box. They're actually going to try to get the plant across towards the front. And the spam is actually missed fully by Drake, so mission succeed.
Their CT spawn smoke missed again, Vansilli, as well.
Boy.
The way it keeps landing, there's this gap on the bottom left-hand corner next to, I don't know what that would be called on the left side where all those, like, that silver stack box, I don't know, by the trash can. There's always like this little, there's always this little gap that the people rotating CT spawn can just see freely into the site and just like ruin people's lives while they aren't even spotted. So that's been a big problem actually on many of Method's A hits. Grant, that was more of an eco round, so that was also playing heavily against them. But like I said, just some of their nades aren't really hitting their spots, and it's giving Coast some free frags.
So somebody's been processing the wrong smoke nade.
I guess so. It's actually the easiest smoke to throw on this map out of all of them. Like all the other ones are a bit more difficult to line up. That one's actually usually pretty solid, and usually people don't miss it. I'm surprised to see Method miss it every time this game.
Shout out to Baines saying that after my dog casted, he said that it's getting a little bit rough. And it is getting a little bit rough for Method. Good pun. Good pun.
Very good pun.
But at this point, there you go. We were talking about taking that mid-control for this terrorist team. They are doing it so far. An op posted in the top with invert inside the upper B. But now they take over mid, but what are they doing? They're not setting up. They're actually just having one guy peek through, and they move in with the bomb as well. And I think Catwalk's open for them to actually just spam across. Yes, it is. Drake just gets 2 easy kills of his own and then just leaves the bomb there.
They just didn't check their corner. Stanzal gets a free frag, gets the bomb down, but the rest of this A attack is responding pretty well silent with the op. Front Palace has picked up a couple of frags, even it back up into a 2-on-2. Now Justin finds one as well, and Silent knows where that op is, and he'll finish it off. And that's Silent saving the day with that hat trick, man. If it wasn't for him, that's another round for Coast.
And that's the thing, like, the bomb's down at Connector. They got the kill. Thanks to, who did I say was a second ago? I think it was Stanislav Connector. He gets the first kill, then Drake comes in, gets 2 of his own, they drop the bomb carrier, but they still try to move up towards the staircase to try to get information to see what's going on towards A, and they all run into Silence Crosshair, who's posted in Palace, man, on top of that. Why are you just not going to fall back and just watch that bomb after?
I'm not really sure. But Silent does find an opening pick there on the Dumore, so they've been able to find a couple of picks here at upper B lately, but last time they couldn't really capitalize on it. They still wound up falling apart, so we'll see if they have a better result this time as Drake is still inside the site. He has an incendiary. He'll put it up. Meanwhile, Ely going to catch Stanislaw being aggressive there in T-spawn. So, I mean, you just got guys falling left and right here from Coast just trying to make individual plays, and neither one has panned out.
And now it's just being held a little bit quietly right now for this Method team. And if they want to try to execute, they're waiting for Silent to try to get a pick first. He's creeping up. I think at this point, when he doesn't see anybody at Van, they should start executing now and through that smoke. But his dome is slowly about to get peeked off there, or shown by Drake, who jumps up and finally spots him here. He's going to need a cross, but is this going to be a fake? They're rotating one across, but the bomb is still holding towards upper B.
They're actually faking A, but they've only held one player in place. We already see the rotation from Invert coming into market because Drake did spot them upper B. He goes down, but Invert still has the op. He's still watching this upper B cross. Now the bomb can reroute because of the A pick pass, and that's going to be exactly what happens. Invert does catch a flanker, but it's still a plan A, and he's still going to be in a 1 versus 3.
Exactly, because it's a 1 versus 4. whoever took over that A bomb site that got killed said, all right, well, I just got killed. We know exactly is that market. So the rerouting from the catwalk for T side to move up towards A is quite easy. They also plant, I think, if I'm not mistaken, for catwalk there at the same time. No, they planted for the A ramp one more time. So the easy round is going to come in for Method, and Invert's going to save his AWP. And he was able to actually salvage all the grenades to bring it back up to his utility belt. So he doesn't need to spend a dime in this next round.
Does he, Batman? Utility belt, stocked up on nades.
All you need is a batarang and go, where is she? Why do you want to kill me? Terrorists win. Why? I can't do the voice. Anyways,
yeah,
I'll just give the casting voice. So it's going to be 11-13 in favor of Team Coast, but Method finally resetting the money situation for Team Coast. But again, you have to watch out because Invert was able to keep his AWP from the round before.
Yeah, but that's pretty much all they have to work with. They do have a couple of upgraded pistols, and a scout is in Drake's hands, so that gives them a little bit more. But for the most part, Method has a huge advantage going into this thing as they are setting up again for some type of A hit. They'll have Justin just kind of lurking, and he'll just be a guy trying to cut off rotations and try to slip in connector late. At least it's usually what he does, and can stick on that side of the map. So that's exactly what his goal is to come underpass and cut off rotates and try to flank behind. But the A hit is going to roll in, and we'll see how well Team Coast can defend with very limited equipment.
Stanislav, though, still manages to get the kill, and it's a huge stack towards this A bomb site. And can they hold it long enough? No, they can't. Toy drops 2, but now he gets caught with a nade in his hands. And just like that, he stays alive, just like what happened to Stanislav before. He gets the kill with the AK-47. That's a 4v1 with Drossel. The last man standing does get a USP kill. As was he holding under that balcony the whole round?
Exactly. Yes, he was.
Imagine
he was
if he had
trying
a
to
kit.
be a ninja.
Imagine if he had a kit.
Yeah, then he'd be able to tase the bomb to death and eventually defuse it.
Yep. Pull out those wires.
Yeah. Bomb's like, don't tase me, bro. Can't do anything. I'm not resisting. Anyway, Team Coast here. Gonna be bought up this time around. Op in Invert's hands. M4s across the board. As the bomb will be making its way into Palace, but the rest are going to be over towards mid and upper B. So it seems like they're pretty committed to a late A hit where that bomb is placed. But they're going to try some mid control first, maybe try to slip through connector and try to hit it both ways. So we'll see how that plays out, as in the past, Stanislav connector has been able to kind of shut this down. And Drossel and Invert have done well inside the A side at times when they've had guns in their hands. So we'll just have to see who's able to win these duels here, as time is ticking away as this A split draws closer.
They do have a 2-man stack inside B, actually leaving middle open right now with Stanislav playing with the M4 towards jungle side. But they're going to hear the rotation from T side close to that window, and they're going to capitalize on this A side now from connector. Healy's going to try to run through jungle. Stanislav was fully flashed with success. The vent is actually not even broken, so actually played it a little bit more strange for the CT side for Coast this round here.
Yeah, I mean, Method is overwhelming this A bomb site here with all their forces coming up connector and outside the palace and such, and they're able to win all of the key duels. Dumore left alone in a 1 versus 3. Was a 1v4, now it's a 1v2. He's gotten a couple of kills, but finally gets put the rest there by Toy, and Method have done it. They've tied up the game. They have won the last 4 rounds in a row, so I mean, it was a rough half. They couldn't get anything done in the early part of the round as Coast just went on a 7-0 streak to take a big lead, but now Method have been absolutely on point, and they've made this game worthwhile again. I mean, now they have a chance to just keep rolling through and maybe even win the series, as they do have Coast on to save this round, so a chance to take the lead, you know, for the first time in quite a while.
Oh, yeah. And it's going to be such an aggressive push up middle here for Team Coast, although nobody's really towards middle right now for Method. Even though they come in and take over this B bomb site and they take down Dumore, but they don't. They won't. Dumore goes with the 1-dig, gets the kill onto Silent, and then Toy actually wasn't a 1-dig. It took him 3 bullets to get the shot. Let's call it 1-dig, really a 1-dig, yeah. But Drake on that flank from underpass. What's going on from T side? They expected a push up at middle, but at the same time, nobody expected them a rotation from lower B. Yeah, exactly.
And, I mean, Dumore actually picks up an op as well, and he'll be able to just kind of play behind the smoke. He tries to span through. He doesn't hit the shot, misses another one, but the bomb is actually still down. But their Method's catching the rest of the push. And Dumore's actually not left alone. They know exactly where he is. Bomb is still down. They're just going to slowly box him in here. And they will actually just grab the bomb and try to run away. Can Dumore catch him? No, he kills one, but doesn't actually catch the bomb carrier. So he'll get away. He'll be able to plant the A-bomb site for free. And he still has to worry about Justin, who's in a perfect position to cut him off as he tries to rotate.
Well, at least they actually he gets the kill in the one that has no HP. So it's a 2 versus 1 still. And now Justin inside the window, here's that drop. He's going to catch him at connector. He's going to take him down. So that was a close call at the end of the day. But it's the victory for Method, who retakes the lead.
Yeah, so let's see if they can hold it, though. I mean, they've won the last 5 rounds in a row, so they've been looking pretty sharp. But now Team Coast is back onto a bye. Invert has his op. Everyone else is fully decked out as well. They had a lot of success in the beginning of the half, mostly off of just being able to play some really good mid-aggression at times. That's really been a key point of their defense throughout time. So we'll see if they get back to that, as I do see 3 in the window room and 2 are, in fact, jumping down. All 3 jump down, in fact. So, yeah, they're getting back to that aggression. But Toy and Ely, they're waiting for it here in the back.
Well, Invert still manages to get the first kill inside A, falls back towards CT spawn, and let's see what's going to happen with Torin Ely, as you were mentioning before. A nice flash comes through, but a trade comes across with the advantage for Coast.
Yeah, it's just that mid-aggression working out really well for them. They get the better end of the trade, plus the op duel that took place up the A-ramp was won by Invert, so that's kept Coast pretty far ahead here, as they now have a 4 versus 2 method trying to recover here, as they will move over towards the A-ramp with that bomb. Both players will be there. Invert defending from CT spawn. They don't have a smoke to block them out either, so this is going to be tough to get in here.
Yeah, they're moving up right now towards that A ramp. There's actually 1 at jungle, 1 on stairs, and still 1 at CT spawn. So they at least throw the mollies to force each other out. The flash comes through, and it was a teammate flash at the same time, but the offshot comes in from Justin. Offshot then missed by Invert from CT spawn. Drake moves up on the staircase. The trade comes through, though. And then Strebber closes into a 1 versus 1. Know exactly where Invert is at. Fakes the jump and gets the kill.
That's a huge round to lose. They had a 4 versus 2 on Coast. They had an op in CT spawn. No ability for Method to smoke him out and block him out. I mean, he had free reign to peek the site, and they still lost the round. That's a huge loss. Strebber comes up big. He's had a quiet game overall. In fact, he was bottom fragging before that round there, but he comes up with a huge play to move his team into a map point and, in fact, an overall match point as well. Coast are going to have to win 2 in a row to put this into overtime to try to salvage a tie.
And now Invert doesn't have an op. He only has a scout, so this is a big advantage for the terrorist team.
Absolutely, as we do see Method gearing up over towards upper B. Now, Dumore is playing a little bit of a cheeky spot where you might be able to get a free frag on the first sky crossing or something like that. He does have support as well over at the van. And we do have 1 aggressively... Never mind, it's just Drake on the catwalk. But Invert later.
Okay, works. Jumping scout in the face of silence, spots the second one here, and the bomb says with the rest of the guys, I'm going him.
Are going A.
Yeah.
Stanislaw has been able to press up pretty aggressively, too. Ely might just walk right by him. Stanislaw is patient. He'll just let that guy walk by and wait for the rest.
Oh, boy. But he's coming out towards his point of view.
He actually didn't even see him at all.
It's out of his point of view. He's going to be able to walk up towards his ramp, but everybody else is going to die. He's going to spot the bomb for sure.
Oh, yeah. There it is.
But at the same time, Drossel, that's miscommunication. Like, well, how did that happen? And then as he jumps down, we still have 1 lurking towards the back, which was Strebor. So just like that, it's a 3 versus 1. So mistake after mistake, but the advantage still comes back for Method.
Yeah, Coast really rotated heavy to B. They had 4 players there at one point. They relied on Stanislaw just holding that aggressive A-ramp position to be able to do something. And he doesn't do anything at all. He only gets 1 kill, but it's still a 2 versus 2 with a slight health advantage here for Coast. We'll see if they can retake it.
Well, yeah, anybody else but Drake and Dumore, the duo that could actually win this round for Team Coast and keep the dream alive, but Drake falls down from Strebor at Firebox. Ely then kills him from the Tetris, and that is it. It's 2-0 victory for Method over Team Coast for this best out of 2, and that throws off my prediction overall.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I really favored Coast in this matchup, or at least a tie, but Method straight up just 2-0s it, winning both maps, looking much better than last night when they played against Fellow Esports. It was the exact same 2 maps as well, but yeah, they just looked much better. So, well done over to Method to win that series. We do have another series coming up here pretty soon. So definitely stay tuned for that. That starts in about 15 minutes. We are going to have Luminosity taking on Complexity. It's the number 3 seed taking on the number 4 seed in Complexity. That should be a pretty cool matchup to watch. You'll definitely want to come on back in about 15 minutes to see that game go live. But before we take a break, do you have any final thoughts on that game we just saw, Vansilli?
Just a good game overall. I mean, it was close. Again, it was sloppy, but Method pulls it out one more time and is able to put in a close victory. Both of them at 16-13 for both of the matches. So very nice plays for Method at the end of the day. And I'm actually very happy that I didn't really screw up Illy's name for tonight. So we're just going to wait for the second match. Quick shout out to our sponsors, Alpha Draft and also CSGO Lounge. And I think we'll take a quick break and come back for Luminosity Gaming versus Complexity right here on MLG TV for CEVO Pro League.